Hello, our beloved viewers. Welcome back to the Liz&Peps Inspiration Center. This is a Liz&Peps production. We are happy to have you back to our channel again. It's another new
Yes.
session. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we promised that we shall be back soon. I believe we are back sooner than you expected. And yeah, here we are. As I said previously, my name is Collins Pepela Hakame. You would go with whichever is easier for you. And I think I'll keep reminding you that I'm married to a beautiful wife, Elizabeth, that is just right next to me. And we are the Liz and Peps production. Yeah, and today
Yeah.
it's it's a good session that we're going to have, just talking about a bit about us. I know when you look at us, every people have their story, and especially we've come from two different worlds. We didn't grow up together as kids. We met somewhere in our journey of life, and I know everybody normally has their unique story of how they met, and today you're going to hear about ours. Yeah. Hello, Liz, you okay?
Yes,
Are you
I
ready
am
to tell the story
fine.
today?
Yes, I am. It's more of, I think I was also mentioning it before, it's more of a raw edition because we have never actually gone to the details of how we met and whatnot. Of course, we know where we met,
Yeah.
but we have never really gone to the details. So I'm also here to get shocked if there's anything that's going to surprise me really this day. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny when you said to me sometimes when people stay together for a very long time, they tend to forget some of the nitty gritties of how they met. And in future, when you
Yeah,
tell the story, you find that I'm saying something that you don't even.
I know. And it's been 10 years.
It has been.
So, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, you know.
Now you know. So
Yeah,
so today we're just here to just so you know, we've not rehearsed. So
yeah,
everything that I'm going to say is something that it would probably shock her just as it will shock you. Yeah, but we believe it's going to be a very exciting session. We're getting to know how we are reminding each other
yeah. The
how we met,
genesis. Yes.
and we would like our audience to know as well a bit of how we met, because you're going to be a part of our journey for the many years to come. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Welcome to the channel. You will definitely love this episode today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, as always, before you continue, kindly just like the video, subscribe so that you get notified when we produce subsequent videos. You never miss out on any new release. And share. Let's grow our channel together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So I don't know. They tend to say ladies first. I don't know whether this is one of those times you would really be glad to go first.
Okay, feels like
It's often,
you're
but
putting me on the,
I can
on
I
the
can
line.
start. I can
No,
start
that's
if you
fine.
want.
That's fine. From what I can remember,
Mhm.
so I met you 10 years ago.
This is 21. We in
I was a
2024.
freshman. So is it a fresh woman? You know,
Girl,
I was a fresher.
as tiny as you are, then it's girl.
I don't think I've changed that much, to be honest.
uh,
So that was in 2014, actually, because I
2014.
was in my second semester of first year.
Okay. When did
Yeah.
you start your first year?
Oh,
September 2013?
oh no, it's actually not.
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
actually not
Something is
24.
not adding
Yeah, yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's actually 2015.
So you began your first year in September 2014, right?
Yes.
Good. Yeah,
Yes.
that's now more like it.
Okay, so it's actually not 10 years yet, but it's
Almost
almost
10
on the
years.
mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we met in January of 2015.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was a fresh girl who had just been brought to campus by my amazing father.
Engineer.
Yes, Mr. Engineer.
Engineer.
Yeah, so I was a fresh girl who had been taken to school to read. My father expected me
You
to
had to
read
mention that.
and go back home with very many A's.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had a sister who was already getting those A's, so I needed to make sure that I'm taking back those A's as well. And so I joined the music ministry at that time, I remember. And I had been singing previously because I was in the school choir when I was in high school, which was really nice. So
She's the
yes,
best alto in the world. I always say that. I have my reasons. You will get to say that someday.
yeah. So I joined the music ministry, and that is when I first met you, and you were an instrumentalist at that time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we became friends. And you were my first boyfriend.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, I've been a good girl on my life. I mean, yeah. So that for me, that's how I met you. That's the first time I actually encountered your presence.
Okay.
Yeah, then we became friends for some time. And then later on is when we began dating.
Yeah.
Did I skip something or do you want to add up something?
I think most of the details you've captured are quite accurate. So let's see. You're taking me back to 2015 January.
Yes.
So just to be clear, by the way, when I finished high school, we were part of the I don't know how to call it, the crash program of the calendar of joining universities. So initially it used to be a long stay after high school before you joined university. But then the government was changing the system in such a way that people didn't have to stay more than a year before joining. So we were part of that crash program.
So you didn't stay home for 1 year?
I didn't stay home for 1 year, but again, JQuat delayed in doing the intake because most of the other universities did their intakes in September.
Okay.
JQuat delayed, so we joined in January. So that means my full year was running from January to August. First semester, that is January to May, and then the second semester from May to August, and then we would do a long holiday until December and then resume the other year in January. So when you joined in September 2014, I had finished my third year.
Okay, so you were just putting your eyes on freshers, or were you committed at that time?
Actually, everyone used to. It was a common campus thing where I don't know what's about campus that people just used to wait for freshers. That kind of environment.
So for those who do not know, campus is sort of a slang in Kenya. So it's basically university. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. University. Yeah. Yeah. So you joined that September. I was on my long holiday. I was actually on attachment during that period. Yeah, I was doing my post third year attachment. I remember that was still within Nairobi. I was in East African Portland Cement Company during that period, so I was still within Nairobi. And so in January, I am back, fourth year, first semester. And here she is. First year, second semester. I know you people you used to say you're not freshers as such because you're already done with one semester, but you're still freshers anyway, still naive, and especially
Very
to
naive.
us who had been there for like 3 years, we always just felt like this yeah. So that's how we met. As she said, I was serving in the music ministry. A music ministry is just a ministry that is part of the JQuat Christian Union. So our music ministry is the one that does the praise and worship and anything music during our Christian Union services. Yeah, so I was there in the Christian Union. I was an instrumentalist, as she said. I did so many things. I was a vocalist as well because I used to sing and lead praise and worship, and I used to do the instruments as well. And so that's how we met when you came into the JQuat CU Music Ministry, where I was. And as always, we were anticipating the new faces, get to talk to them, know them, and introduce them to the ministry life. Both, I think it was always with genuine intentions, godly intentions.
Yeah.
All these other things just followed. Yeah, so that's it. So we became friends.
Yeah.
She was doing alto. I was doing, being a man, of course, we used to do tenor, but I was a leader, so I used to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay. So
Hmm.
do you want to tell us when the dating actually started? So we became friends for a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when did it? Yeah, when did you actually notice that small girl? Yeah.
This was it was kind of a critical moment in my, a major moment in my life, because I had, permit me to say this, I had, I was just from another relationship actually. It
Yes.
hadn't been so long ago, and
I also had that.
you had,
No, I had, but you told me then I had
then you had,
because I didn't know that person
okay,
because I was just new, isn't it? And I think by the time we were actually becoming very good friends,
yeah,
you had already gone separate ways.
separate ways, yeah,
And I am I'm an introvert basically. I just mind my own business, and so I think I to be honest, I didn't really know much about other people and what was happening till you
okay.
told me.
Yeah, so it was that kind of critical moment because it was just from a previous relationship. It hadn't been so long, and as always, I think many people after a breakup they always promise themselves that we're going to stay that
For
way
a very long
until for a
time.
very long time. But then
Yeah.
on the ground, things become different so often. So yeah, she was a friendly face that came into my life. To cut the long story short, and I had a reason to have an eye on her anyway
Okay.
during that
Okay.
that period. So while we are just interacting as friends, uh, things always just advance. You know these things. Things always just advance. Our thoughts come, disappear. Uh, yeah, and
Do you remember when we were friends and one of our friends asked you, why are you always buying ice cream for this girl? Do you remember? We were not
the
dating,
nosy thing.
and we used to be we were walking around outside the assembly hall, I think.
If that person has a good memory and they are watching this video, people from JQuat to you who are watching this, please do not write names in the comment section.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Don't put names in the comment section. We've chosen to withhold the names for now.
Yeah.
But if you know, yeah, you have that privilege. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that person should be watching. They should
Yeah,
remember
they should
because they
remember.
were really good at uh,
Noticing brethren.
noticing brethren and talking into other people's business.
Life
Anyway,
in Jacob was interesting.
that
Yeah.
was it. It's funny how people used to just overread signs sometimes. So it
Yeah.
became so
But I
hard
think
to.
to be fair, I think it's also trying to keep people accountable because
Mm-hmm,
we are also Christians and there are people looking after you. So it's if you want to do this thing, then sort of put it in the open.
mm-hmm, yeah.
So I think it's also as a way of trying to just make
The
people,
JQuat
yeah,
Christian, actually used to
yeah,
encourage that a lot. We used to
yeah,
want to know who is dating who, not because the
yeah,
bottom line is we didn't want to just get nosy or poke into other
yeah,
people's business, but it
definitely,
was for the sake of accountability and all that. I know people have their flaws, so of course, we definitely had those who had their own intentions and
yeah,
who used to go beyond the lines in a way that wasn't appropriate, of course. But we're all human anyway, so
yeah,
it was a good thing, and it is something I've seen not just in campus, even after university, and I joined now the corporate world and
yeah,
the church. These things have been an issue as well, where people do not. It's so hard for one to just relate with somebody of the opposite gender without people attaching so much to it and thinking
yeah,
that there's
yeah,
always beyond
yeah,
something
yeah,
more than the friendship and all. Anyway, that is another a topic for another day. I believe we'll come to cover that at some point because
yeah,
there are people who need help in terms of, yeah, how to handle people of the opposite sex in a way that is secure. So because when you talk about ever getting married one day, it doesn't just pop up. You wake up one day and you approach a girl, and it's always a process, and that process includes you being able to interact with people of the opposite sex, even before you get into a serious, you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So that would be a topic for another day. We will package it well so that it helps the many young people out there in the university and the churches, the young people in the churches as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we now started dating after some time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then there was, ta-da! There was a meltdown. Something happened, and we broke up.
Yeah.
We definitely won't go into the details of that, but the punchline is that we were both immature, and yes, we needed Christ to work on us more, and so we called it off. But we always continued to be very good friends. No, yeah, we continued being friends, actually, isn't it? I think we've never had sort of a rough,
No.
isn't it?
No.
Sort of an altercation or anything.
Sure. So I think one unique thing that happened is the fact that we kept in touch
Yeah.
so many years, because so let's see, this is 2015. We've met in January. I'm doing my 4th year. I finished my 4th year in August, go for long holiday. I think that is actually the period when
Yeah.
we started going apart, towards the end of 2015. So by the time I am coming back in 2016 January for my 5th year, we are a bit,
Yeah.
I think, so that's it. But so at the end of the day, 2016 ends. I remember very well. By the time I finished my first semester in my 5th year, that is in 2016 around May, we were now like completely,
Yeah.
it's like we were now just friends. We were not really
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
in touch.
And the funny thing is that even during that period when we were apart, not really apart, and we used to talk, we would still discuss what was happening in our lives. If you met someone or I met someone, like, it was just a very funny friendship, though there was no bad blood between us. I'd say there was no bad blood between us whatsoever. I don't know whether that's what you felt or that was just from my end, but for me there was no.
It is, and of course, the fact that you would still get concerned about what's going on in my life after we've broken up in terms of my relationship life would just make me feel, no, this wasn't really done as we ought. Because one of the things that really made things worse is the fact that, when I finished my first semester in May, you are going on long holiday because you're getting done with your second semester. That is second year, second semester. So you go on long holiday, and I'm in school between May and August. When you come back in September, I have finished school. I'm waiting to graduate. Yeah, but the point is, we were still in touch. So I graduated in November 2016, and that's now me officially done with university.
Young man, you are old. Young man, you are old.
I know.
No. Okay.
So, but we kept in touch. That's the bottom
Yeah,
line. We kept in touch. I was around the city. I didn't go back to my village was actually so far away from the city.
Yeah.
There used to be about 8 hours travel from Nairobi city to my village.
Mm-hmm.
But I stuck around the city because that's where we believe the
Yeah.
jobs were.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where the opportunities were. So
Yeah.
that means we still kept touch.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, for quite a long period of time till she finished her college,
University, babe. I didn't go to college.
Okay, sometimes you just use these words. Anyway, university, the Jomo Kenyatta University.
Yes,
of
thank you.
Agriculture and Technology. She finished university, graduated, also joined the corporate world as now a professional, and we were still in touch. We used to talk. We met a couple of times.
Yeah, we did.
We had a couple of random meetings and all that.
Unplanned ones as well.
Unplanned ones.
Yeah.
Just very random. And yeah.
And it was really nice because we got to touch base on different stuff. And fast forward to 2021.
Yes.
The end of 2021.
Yeah, about
fast forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
We were all very mature now.
We've gone through life.
We had been sharpened and ironed thoroughly. Yes, through the fire. And very funny experiences from both our ends, really.
Yeah.
Yes. And Mr. Man did that thing again. What
They
did you do?
always talk. They always
What
talk
did
about the old flame was rekindled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Good. Your
and
English
now
teacher
you
did
just
well.
and now you just realize, oh, so it was never done. We were
Yeah.
never done. There's
Yeah.
still something between us, and it just sparked back to life in a new dimension. And this time around, we are more, as she said, we are now mature. We've been through a
Yeah.
lot over the period that we were a part of, because we've had our own experiences and possibly messes and everything that could possibly go on. But now we now realize in 2021 that we've grown now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we remember now the things we used to be taught way back in the university, in church, about being intentional with relationships. And you
Yeah.
come to an edge where you realize you don't have time to do that, the dating games that we so much used to, and all that. And it's about progressing to the next phase of life. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in short, that's what just that's how we resumed in 2021. When we resumed, it was now on a serious note and planning life together. We had the
Yeah.
advantage of having known each other in the past, so it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, it
I, th-
was
I think
really
I was in that space whereby even if you come and tell me, this guy, or da 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 da, I was just like, I know that. It's
I
like
know that. Yeah, I know what
on my
I'm getting into. I
fingertips.
know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah,
into.
definitely. Yeah. So it's been amazing anyway. And
Hmm.
that is how we met in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, that's it. That's just how we met. In a nutshell,
Yes.
that's it. So because in
Yeah.
2021, after we officially decided that this is it, we began our journey of planning for marriage. And
Yeah. And it was actually like the when we now got back together, because we now knew what we wanted for sure.
mhm,
Everything was just sort of falling into place, and we knew what was going to be done at what time. And I think it was a little bit seamless as well.
yeah.
Yeah, and we thank God.
Yeah, we thank God, because now this is 2021, 2022. Oh, almost 2 years now. We dated for that long after resume. Okay, yeah. 2021 December. So we yeah, there were a bit of
Oh yeah.
transition. Yeah,
Okay.
there were a bit of transitions, because a
Yeah.
bit of major transitions in your career and all that
Yeah.
that happened. For those who know, maybe we'll talk about this some other time later, about
Yeah.
those major transitions in career and location and blah blah. But we successfully planned and managed to keep in touch and planned our wedding, which happened on the 9th of
Of
September
September.
2023. That's just
Ta-da.
6 months ago.
No, it is not. It is almost 8 months. Thank you.
September, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Hey, eight
Yeah.
months.
Thank you.
We almost a year.
Yeah.
What was
Yes.
what was I thinking about?
I've
It's
told
some
you you
it's
are
something.
old.
It is something else, and I'm not old. It is something else that I was doing that just got me confused about it. It's 8 months
Yeah,
actually.
yes, it is.
Yeah, so we heading down towards our first year anniversary very soon, and that's how it happened. Yeah,
Yes.
and
So
here we are.
thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Kindly keep tuned, stay tuned. Continue subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video as well.
Of course. So we wanted you guys to know a bit about us, and that's it. Feel free to comment for that if you're watching us and you know something interesting, sensible that we may have missed out. Please feel free to remind
Yeah,
us in
definitely.
love. In love, I believe you're wise enough to keep what doesn't need to be said off the comments and
Oh,
all
yes.
that. Yeah, but feel free to interact with our channel, like,
Yeah.
share, subscribe, and share widely with your friends, so that, as I said, we grow this channel together, because this is only going to get better with time, and we've promised you very edifying conversations and everything on everything that concerns your life. And yeah, that is really coming. So you ensure you are tuned in and you are notified of every release in the coming future. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and like our video. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So till next time, take care and bye.
bye bye.